Jake Holtz on the wing. He's a fair looking type, isn't he, Laurie?
He looks good.
McVilly, Dave Froney and Rod Doubledham in the middle for the Belmont Lions as umpire Kedding holds the ball off at the start of the first term. Match day live on Geelong Radio, 100.3 FM this afternoon at Shell Reserve. Allen and Tate. Tate goes high and gets it down, punched away by McVilly. Goes towards the back end of the square. Holtz gets onto it quickly, gets a right foot kick towards Carr at full forward. Rutherford against him, does well. And Roving Orr, the front of the pack, couldn't quite take it there. And that was
Corlett.
Les Corlett.
So two new players in the play.
Yeah, he moved okay.
Seconds.
Les Corlett. And it's a boundary thrown in the right forward pocket for the Belmont Lions. Kicking to the southern end in this first term. Boundary throw in. And Corio does well. Pretty mobile and turned around the right way. Took the mark on the chest at centre half forward. The lead's on from Camerotto. He goes in that direction now. He goes up. Good punch away from the back by Bookter. Comes to the front. Gundry runs through the middle. Does well. Handball over the top. Chopped off. There's Bookter again. Was going to go left. Then went right for a throw in. He's been in everything, Laurie. You picked him already.
Well, he's had 3 touches already, so
not a
one ineffective kick, of course, was smothered.
So minute and a half gone, first quarter, no score yet. Ball comes in on centre wing. Beautiful tap down there from Tate, but Corio not able to take it until a handball comes to Gundry. There's a nice little pass to the lead of Camerotto, and he's marked at about 50, but can kick a footy. Well, I was going to say he was going to have a shot, but the lead was to the forward pocket. Mark just not taken by Barry O'Toole out there. Comes to ground, still in play, picked up by Clifford. Hooks it over the shoulder. It's a sensational goal if he's kicked it, but unfortunately it's offline. And the first score of the day. On the Victory Trophy scoreboard, one behind Corio. Belmont Lions yet to score. We've been now playing 2.5 minutes first quarter.
Lovely pair of hands, that Lee Clifford, I reckon. He's
Now does go towards Holtz, who goes up over the back Keating. Through the middle, Mills, wrapped up by Camerotto. Ball spills free. Holtz is there, doesn't panic, goes to the right boot. Smothered by Gundry. Now it falls to the side of the pack. Davey Bigham, slick handball. Didn't quite meet its target. Holtz in there again. Goes back to Horrobin. He goes to centre wing, looking for Allen. Good punch away, Matty King, and the boundary line will see it over. Out towards the boundary line, and defensively gets it over, and it will be a throw in.
Laurie, not you and Ryle, you wouldn't think. I would have thought Carr should go for the fly and you look for the crumbs.
Yes, definitely, Eric.
Boundary throw in again. And Graham up against Tate. Tate taps it over the back to Matty Cullen on his wrong side. Little right foot kick looking for Charles. Doesn't get him. Allen's there. Picks it up and then loses it. Cornwall. He runs through. Needs Kelvin Kedding in support. Handball back to a standing start. Rob Walton. He goes with a poor right foot kick. Scotty Mills around 4 Devils. And it picked him out and he took the mark.
So Mills on centre wing. Drives it forward. Going for half forward flank. Number of Belmont Lions players there. Franey can't. In fact, the umpire has suggested that the tackle was too high.
Too high, I think, Eric.
So it's Keating of Corio will get the free kick. Halfback flank on the western side here of Shell Reserve. Well, play on the mark taken there by Cullen. Flipped a handball across to Charles, and Charles is, well, the mark not paid on half forward for Corio, and it's been pushed over the boundary line. What do you think of that, Laurie? Looked a fair mark to me.
I thought he had enough of it, actually, Eric, to pay that. Charles could have a bit of a bearing on this game today, I think.
Yes.
Boundary throw in, half forward for Corio. Western side of the ground, rivet over the back. Taps it into McVilly's head in the end. Falls to the front. Horrobin tries to tap it onto Brad Davis. Doesn't take it with him. Clifford gets a clearing kick towards the pocket. On the run now. A great play. Backed himself. And that was Palmer. Handball over the top. Misdoubled him. Gundry on the boundary line. Left foot kick around the corner. Looking for Barry O'Toole from behind. Punched away. Good play. And over the boundary line before Doubledham can keep it in. It's about 35 metres around from the Corio goal.
They're testing one another, Eric, at the moment. It's pretty tough.
Pretty evenly matched,
Pretty evenly matched,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, height-wise and also forward line-wise with their attacking power. Boundary throw in, Rivet and Horrobin playing on each other at centre-half forward, centre-half back. Over the head of Tate. Gundry can't take it with him. At the bottom of the pack, Brad Davis. Kick around the corners, okay, finds Bookter. He takes the mark. On the left half forward flank. Goes short over the top to Davis again. Oh, in fact, Doubledham was there as well. He takes the mark and goes along the wing looking for Mills. He's against a couple. He goes up, can't take the mark off hands. Clifford's there, Gundry as well. Mills again gets it, had it, lost it, gets around, gets a high tackle, still got it. And still gets a kick away, but it's smothered this time. Bigham went right, then left, then he handballs to Tate. Tate gets a kick around the corner, wobbly punt kick along the boundary line. Camerotto and Bookter, and they see it over the line for a throw in. Been playing 5 minutes in the first term and only one score. That is the Corio. They've got it behind. And we see Bellies coming on and coming off the ground is Gundry.
Don't know whether he might have got a lifted fingernail or something.
Yeah.
I saw him having a bit of trouble with the hand.
From the throw-in, Camerado tried to take it through the pack, couldn't do so. McVillie's over the top of it as well, puts on a tackle, and stacks on the mill at half forward. The umpire lets it go, and now he'll come in and bounce the footy. So about 45 metres out from the Corio goal, at half forward. Big pack around the play as umpire Nolan will throw the ball in the air. Horrobin up against Rivet. They both get a fist to it, goes up again, off the back of the pack. McVillie's there, left foot kick towards centre wing. Clifford attacks it, great pick up. Lee Clifford does well, goes to the right foot kick, fantastic across half forward to Nevada Cornwall, and he takes the mark. Cornwall now, the lead's on. He goes towards the pocket looking for O'Toole. Palmer's next to him, tapped over the back intelligently to Davey Bigham on the boundary line, check side, and he's missed. And it wasn't a bad effort too from Davey Bigham. 3 for 1 behind.
That was a very good effort.
So 2 behinds for the Devils, and they lead Belmont Lions, who are yet to score on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 6.5 minutes play.
Forward towards centre wing for the Belmont Lions. The bounce eludes all players. Kick off the ground by Robbie Walton into the arms there of Keating. Nobody tackles him, so he goes for the little chip pass and doesn't come off because Davis picks it up for the Lions. Handball over to Graham. Graham another handball to nobody. Picked up finally and handball back to Davis, who's run very well, but his kick is solid by that was Matthew King. Good effort there. The ball forced wide for Frost. He picks it up. Doesn't attempt to kick the footy because he was right beside the boundary line. Handballs at 15 metres and gains that distance, but when it hit the ground, it's gone sideways over the boundary line. So it's half forward flank for Belmont Lions, kicking to the southern end in this first quarter. 7.5 minutes gone, only 2 behinds to Corio at this point. From the throw-in, it came to ground, and Keating again tackled high. He's must be the target there. He's unfortunately had 2 free kicks paid to him. Kick finds Charles. Charles goes to centre half forward. Yep. The kick is down the ground. It's against Franey for putting Charles down after the footy was kicked, and the ensuing free kick was taken by Bolshevik. He goes on to Bigham. Bigham now to full forward. In front is O'Toole. As he paid the mark, he certainly looked to have 2 chances out of Barry O'Toole, and I guess, Laurie, that's the benefit of being in front.
Definitely, Eric, and he tried very hard, the defender, to put the fist in there, but if you're in front, and he's got a bit of body about him too, Barry, and yes, it's pretty hard to get around, and he's going to take most of them.
So they've got a 2-pronged forward attack up there with Camerado in the square and Barry O'Toole, well, almost working out of the square also. So the defenders of Belmont Lions have got a bit of work to do there to thwart both of these players. Umpire Nolan has given an indication where the mark is. Barry O'Toole's gone back to centre wing.
Barry doesn't miss too many of these either, Eric. No,
so the Dennis Lilly run, in he comes. Well, I tell you what, you put the Moz on him, Laurie, because he's missed it to the right.
I knew as soon as you said that, Laurie was going to miss.
But he certainly doesn't miss too many. But on the Victory Trophy scoreboard, 3 behinds Corio. Yet to score Belmont Lions after 9 minutes in the first quarter.
You're just trying to get people to come to your kicking school, aren't you?
It's a good testing game at the moment. Neither sides can get clear, can they? And I think we're going to be a pretty tight contest here for the rest of the
Mills goes short to Davis, and Davis then put it out of bounds on the full at half back. So a turnover, and the Devils will take it. And short kick by Camerado has to stand his ground, can't take the mark against Davis. He still works hard against Mills close to the boundary line, and they see it over. It will be a throw in about 30 metres around from Corio's goal. So the Ruckman work their way over to the boundary line. It's Horrobin and Rivet coming from the back as well. He comes over and gets a hand, palms it over the back towards Keating, and also Cornwall there. They leave it behind. Through the middle, Brad Davis does well. Blind turn, clearing kick. Vacant wing position. Ian Crockle leads in the race for the football. He'll get there first. He's on the outer side now. He runs with the right boot, goes towards half forward, looking for Clifford. Can't take the mark. At the back though, handball over the top was good from Bolshevik. Went on to Cornwall. Cornwall finish at Nev, and has. Good goal, Nevada Cornwall. His first, and the first of the day for our matchday live coverage here at Shell Reserve Corio. 139, they lead the Belmont Lions, yet to score. 10.5 minutes play. Victory Trophy's scoreboard.
It's probably not indicative on the scoreboard, Laurie, but the Corio certainly seem to have settled much more quickly, haven't they?
Yes, Eric. It's sort of guys touching the footy a fair bit is Cornwall.
Yeah.
Charles, Tate's playing very well on the ruck. Keating's playing well. The Belmont Lions are missing their targets a bit early. Last week they missed their targets early, so maybe they take a little while to settle down.
Umpire Keating with the footy in the middle, up it goes. Tate, no, he's beaten on that occasion by Allen, but it comes to Cornwall. Handball across, it finally comes in the arms there of Charles. A beautiful handball, but unfortunately it was intercepted in the defensive half by the East Belmont defenders. A kick high to the centre of the ground. In the front was Cullen. Handball comes to Franey. Franey, kick found his teammate in McAdam. McAdam tries to find Carr at full forward, but off hands it comes to Matty King. McAdam again tries to intercept, but can't control it. And off his hands it's gone over the boundary line between forward pocket and half forward flank for the Belmont Lions. Kicking to the southern end in this first quarter. Boundary umpire with the footy. About to bring it in. Chance for Belmont Lions to open their account. Graham gets the tap down. Only as far there as King. And he's found Matty Cullen on his own at centre half back. He chips that beautiful left foot pass to... he's found Lee Clifford. Clifford, he goes further forward to Tate now on his trusted left foot. Lovely looking kick. The lead is from Camerotto, and was that the Anarchy connection I saw there? Tate to Camerotto?
I don't know about that, but that was pretty good footy because I don't think the Belmont Lions touched it.
Very good footy.
From half back to Camerotto's arms. He's about 40 metres out. A reasonably acute angle. We'll see what these pockets are like here, Laurie. Camerotto moves in. Oh, he's kicked the ground. And the ball is marked, in fact, in the goal square by
Palmer.
It's Palmer, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So in fact he's wearing
34. I told you he was.
Oh dear, oh dear.
They go from half back to Belmont Lions now. Go towards half forward. Great mark. Matty King not paid. Play on the call. Handballs off Ricky Bigham running off the half back flank. Gets it forward to Charles. On centre wing goes short and finds Dave Bellis. And he takes the mark at half forward. Goes to the right boot. The lead's on by Clifford. I think they might have done that a few times in the under 18s, but a good punch away by Bookter. And the Lions clear again through McVilly. Goes back in the middle, but standing his ground and taking the mark is Matty Cullen. Goes to the right boot. You don't see that too often, and that's why. Goes high, but he does find Ian Cockrell, who was nearly off as Dave Franey came to tackle him.
Cullen's had a few quality touches there, Laurie.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Eric. The man standing the mark right now is Dave Franey, who's his direct opponent, and he's got to get a bit tighter on Matty.
Cockrell gets it onto Cornwall, then into the pocket looking for Davey Bigham, but I don't think he'll be able to keep it in. He can't, and it's out of bounds in the right forward pocket for Corio. So for another boundary throw in. Been playing 13.5 minutes in the first term. Corio 1-3-9. Belmont yet to score. Boundary throw in. Now Rivet and Horriban. Favours Horriban. Good punch away by Rivet though. Into the arms of Barry O'Toole. Runs through, kicks a goal.
I think he'll kick this one.
In the square. He has put it through for his first and the second for the Devils. They go to 2-3-15. Belmont Lions yet to score, and that is on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
What about the knockout from Rivet?
Oh, terrific, yeah. Actually, when I noticed there before, Tatey pushed one over the back, and there was three Corio boys there, and they should have. And Stuart McAdam went forward here. Choose the wrong option. It should have been a handball over goal, but you know they're the mistakes you make. Matty Cullen, got to play closer on him. I think he's a quality player when he's on song, and I think if you recall the Werribee game when he got injured, I think it took a bit out of Corio.
Ball thrown up in the middle, comes down, Cullen again, handball to Keating, Keating's handball to Tate, Tate now, another handball, good work there from the Corio side, Rivet takes it, he's, well, took a while to turn around and the kick in fact was smothered, and finally a handball comes to Franey, across to McVilly, and away go the Belmont Lions now. McVilly, long kick to the full forward position. Well, Newham, I thought he may have got away with that, Newham, and it was just the slightest little bit of a touch, and the umpire's there and gave the free kick to the Corio side for in the back.
It's soft, wasn't it?
So Ricky Lazarick. So Lazarick to centre wing. In front. Now there's another. Yeah,
Tatey thought it was against him.
But the advantage paid on that occasion by the umpire. So Corio to full forward. Camerotto, just strength. He shrugged the tackle off. Kicks it into the air there, Bigham. Handball over the top to Bolshevik. Bolshevik, handball to the goal line, and Barry O'Toole from 1 metre out for the second time in 3 minutes has just kicked his second goal. So on the Victory Trophy scoreboard, Corio go to 3-3-21. They lead the Belmont Lions yet to score. 15.5 minutes gone in the first quarter, and Laurie, it just, I wonder, match of the day status doesn't seem to be sitting too well with the Belmont Lions because they just seem totally out of their place.
They just seem to be struggling a bit at the moment. They're going to struggle a little bit more. Holtz has just left the ground with I think he got a kick on the knee actually, and I hope it's not too serious, but he's got a bit of a limp up there.
Farnham on the ground for him on centre wing against Keating. Umpire Noel with the football in the middle. It's Tate up against Looks like it might be Graham going up in the middle. It is, and he takes it out of the ruck contest and goes with the right boot. Wobbly kick, might be okay. Goes towards full forward Carr. It's past him. Goes in towards Newham, and then third in line, and I think he might be able to kick it as Corlett. He's done well, and he's kicked the first for the Belmont Lions. And a quick reply to that last Barry O'Toole goal. Les Corlett, his first goal. And
first goal for the club.
First goal for the club in senior football. One straight goal, 6 points. The Lions, the Devils, 3-3-21 Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
That was much better, a clearance out the middle, Laurie. The Belmont Lions.
A bit more system, Eric. The Corio system seems to be a lot better. As I said before, they seem to have more players at the ball, and that comes with system. If you know where the ball's going to go, you're going to have players there. The Lions are just a little bit unsteady. Good kick from Peter McBilly, though, to set that up.
I see Holt's warming up around the boundary line, so that's a good-looking sign. It's, sometimes you perhaps get a kick on the leg, perhaps just on the nerve, and it's...
I actually saw it happen, and it's sort of a bit of a knock, and he went down pretty quickly. Sometimes they can be serious, but it looks like it's okay.
So just a temporary time off the ground, hopefully for him and for the Belmont Lions. They need all the good players, and certainly that's instilled a bit of life into the game, a goal there.
Certainly. And it was a good goal. He followed that footy right up too, so he deserved that. It was a good play for... He's only a youngster, is he, Jason?
I believe so.
Ooh, Tate, he's up.
Well, ball thrown up in the middle. Tate with up before acceptances. Missed the ball, comes to Franey on the left foot, drives to centre half
umpire.
forward. Well, if the other one was a push in the back, I don't know what that was. Cockerell allowed to take the mark. Hits it on the left foot towards centre half forward. Cullen again, taps it along the ground. Walton, nice little handball out to Tate. Now the umpire has put a whistle on play. He's probably penalised Corio to some degree. The ball comes back to Walton. He goes right across the ground to Cornwall. Cornwall now. Well, they've created the loose man. It's over to Bingham. The loose man further up is Bolchevic. He's taken the mark. Heads toward goal now. He's pulled it back into the middle. Oh, magnificent diving mark by the big man Rivet. And it's only 20 metres out the field. Laurie, that was a fine slips catch. You'd be happy with that.
That was a good catch. Cornwall again on the end
involved
of it.
in it. Yes, and Rivet now to put the icing on the cake, I guess, from that passage of play for the Corio side. Created the loose man, and now Rivet. He's laid back on it, but I think he might have nearly snuck it in, has he? What's the goal umpire telling us? It is a goal. So Chad Rivet, first goal for the day, and on the Victory Trophy scoreboard, the fourth for Corio. 4-3-27. They lead the Belmont Lions 1 goal, and we've been playing now 18.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Jake Holt's back on the ground for the Belmont Lions, so that'll be a good sign for the Lions, but they need to try and stop that loose man across half forward at the moment, just creating some space, the Devils, and their skills a little bit superior at the moment.
The guys have been involved in that, most of them have been, it was Corio for a while,
they have
done it before.
Yeah, I think they might have. In the middle now, Cornwall gets the ruck contest down, Franey gets it out wide, Tate, they're swapping roles these boys, Tate like a rover, runs away on the left boot, gets it around the corner to Clifford, good vision, Clifford can't take the mark, good play by Brad Davis, shuffled it out towards McBilly, Cornwall, went left handball, was good, intelligent play, gives it back to Valleys, he goes back towards half forward, Franey runs through the middle, aim on Charles, great work, finished with a goal, and he has not, he's missed it, just one behind to aim on Charles.
Bad luck there, he played well there.
4-4-28 the Devils. The Lions, 1 straight goal, 6 points on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 10.5 minutes played. Scotty Mills from fullback for the Lions. Holtz gives him a lead towards the left half-back flank, and as does Graham. He might go in that direction. He does so now. Just sets it up. Graham up against Keating. Doubled him, goes up as well. Off hands at the back. Bellies did well. Can go with the right foot towards O'Toole. He sits and waits. Breaks a tackle. Goes on the right boot around the corner. Hasn't been able to swing it back far enough. But Bolchevic takes a great mark on the line and plays on quickly and kicks a goal. Intelligent play, John Bolchevic. And that is his first goal and the 5th for the Devils. They go to 5-4-34, and they lead Belmont 1 straight goal, 6 points, Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
I think the boys on the scoreboard were preempting what might occur. They had 5 goals, 3 up a second ago. But the
Lions are a little bit shell-shocked, I think, at the moment, Eric.
They certainly seem to be, Laurie, don't they? I think the pace of Corio seems to be...
well, once Corio get that loose man moving, they play very well. If you recall, back at Werribee, they did the same that day, and they're playing very well.
So with the throw up in the middle, nobody can get a clear clearance from there. The man getting up with the footy, Matty Cullen again, and he's a key player so far in this game for the Corio side. Rivet doing the ruck work, taps it down straight to Holtz of Belmont Lions. Unfortunately, a handball comes forward for, well, I thought Clifford there held without the footy. Picked up by Davis for the Belmont Lions. Handball straight back to Walton. Good call there from Walton. A shocking kick from Robbie Walton, and he's put the forwards under a bit of pressure. So it's kicked forward once again, but great defensive work by Buchter out of the hands there of Paul Camerotto, and the ball has been put over the boundary line. So deep in the forward line again for Corio. 21.5 minutes gone. Boundary umpire with the footy. 30 metres out from the behind post. Tate doing the ruck work, this time against Horrobin. Tate used the body, gets rid of the Horrobin, comes to Cornwall, over the top with the handball. Can Keating pick it up? He can't, but he follows it up, then uses the body to Shepherd. Or a nice little throw over to Charles, I thought, but the umpire said all clear. Comes clear again. Nice little chip. There's Cullen again without an opponent at centre half forward, and plays on quickly. Magnificent pass as he found Camerotto. He has, picks it up. Goes off one step from 40 metres out. It's going to land right on the goal line, but off hands. And Barry O'Toole looking for one, an Academy Award, two, a free kick, and got neither. And the ball has gone off hands 2 metres from the behind post.
Boundary throw in left forward pocket for Corio. Rivet up against Graham. Tate over the back, takes out the ruck, kicks quickly and hits the post. Oh, that was pretty good play from Justin Tate, but only resulting in one behind. So they go to 5-35 Corio. The Belmont Lions 1 straight goal, 6 points.
Tate's really switched on, isn't he?
Oh, yes,
Hey?
yes.
Mills from fullback for the Lions. Allen gives him a lead, as does Graham, and it's towards the commentary box side on the western side of Shell Reserve. He goes in that direction. Rivet from behind, puts his arms up, can't take the mark. Cornwall. Holtz is there also over the top valleys. Can't get it out effectively. Cornwall fights hard. The Lions with the numbers. Allen can get it away to McVilly from half back. Goes to the right boot towards half forward. Corlett can't take the mark. Off hands. King getting across there. Also Bigham. He's got Keating wide, and he's also got Cullen. He saw him. Good vision. Holtz from behind. Can't take the mark. Neither can Keating, but he runs on, gets it, goes to the right boot towards the big man Rivet, who puts the big arms up and takes the mark. Handball off quickly to Walton, running past. Goes to the right boot towards centre half forward Clifford. Great work.
Where are the defenders? Goodness.
Well, Lee Clifford's got it 40 metres out. Kick for goal, said Paul Camerotto, and he shouldn't have much trouble with the distance.
He's always been able to kick goals ever since a young man, which is not too long ago.
No. So Lee Clifford comes in 40 metres out directly in front, and it's a good kick.
Well,
No doubt about that.
If you run in like that, Eric, you've got to be able to kick goals. Beautiful kick.
Lee Clifford's first, and the 6th for Corio. They go to 6-5-41. The Belmont Lions 1 straight goal, 6 points. That's on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 23, nearly 24 minutes played in the first term.
The amazing part of it, Laurie, I suggested that Rivet might be a deciding factor at the centre bounces, but he's been a deciding factor at centre half forward. He's given them an option. He's feeding the ball out.
Yeah, and he's a big boy, isn't he? He's hard to match up on.
He is, very. I see he's in the centre for the throw up on this occasion.
Peter McVilly's into the centre on Cullen. Had to make that decision.
Up it goes. Well, Rivet beaten on that occasion there by Graham, who follows it up himself, gets a handball to Franey. Franey's tackled. The Corio side are really switched on. Their tackling's ferocious. Finally, it's picked up by McAdam. Out on his own is Holtz. He takes the mark. He's got a player loose further up in Newham, but a terrible kick from Holtz, and Newham unable to pick it up. Finally, good work there by Corlett. He sees a player loose.
Well, that's got to be 50.
It's going to be close to 50 because McAdam's taken the mark, and as he's taken it, he's been crunched to the ground. And, well, the umpire doesn't seem to be doing too much about it. And nothing's happening at the moment. So I think at this point in time, McAdam is going to take his kick from whence the mark was taken, and that surprises me.
Honestly, I thought it was just a little bit late, but...
Well, most levels of footy these days, Laurie, it's 50. Even if it's
Feline trains aren't that late, Laurie. What are you talking about?
All right, so McAdam now, 15 metres out, next to no angle. Oh, he's certainly
I'll
got...
tell you what, a lot of these blokes are watching football. They're going on these Dennis Lilly run-ups.
Yeah. So McAdam comes in. I'll tell you what, he's got underneath that, and I'm not too sure whether he's He's kicked it offline. Bad miss for the Lions. On the Victory Trophy scoreboard, they go 1-1-7, the Lions. They trail Corio 6-5-41, and we've been playing 26 minutes in the first quarter.
Kick in from fullback now, Ricky Bigham for the Devils. Down the middle, looking for Walton. Graham against him, and Allen. Graham in front. He's a strong mark. We saw that last week at centre half forward. He's taken the mark again. Carr gives him a lead. He ignores that. Pretty congested between him and the goal. A lot of players, not much room for Julian Carr to lead. We see Holtz coming off, Farnham on once again for the Lions. Now Graham, he's going back fairly deliberately, standing in the centre square. There'll be a fair kick from there. He comes in, and it's a wobbly punt kick. No mark taken at the front of the pack. King runs away, handball to Lazarick. He runs through half back, goes to the right boot, partly smothered, back towards Clifford and also Franey. Neither go for the footy, they leave it behind. Allen doesn't, he goes with it, goes towards full forward in front. Carr, where you have to be, and he's taken the mark. So good play, Julian Carr. He's taken the mark 25, 30 metres out, directly in front. Kicked 5 goals last week for the Lions, looking for his first this afternoon. And possibly a timely one just before quarter time for the Lions, who trail by 34 points at the moment. So Julian Carr comes in. A wobbly Stephen Kernahan punt, but it got through. And the desired result for the Lions, his first goal and the second for Belmont. They go to 2-1-13. They trail Corio 6-5-41. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 27.5 minutes played.
And to say that was a needed goal would be an understatement, Laurie, because they have been totally outplayed, the Belmont Lions, and at least that puts them back in the ballpark.
Well, they have been outplayed, Eric, and I was just to sort of looking at the Lions. I don't seem to me they don't seem to have the endeavour they had last week at the ball. I don't know whether they're just a little bit worried at the moment, but they're not going as hard as they were last Saturday.
From the throw up in the middle, Frost gets it down to McBilly.
Come on, run onto it.
The mark from Lazarick, not taken, but he butters up. Gets a handball across to Cockrell, can't get to it, Cockrell. Frost does a good job there. With Cockrell finally pulls it back in, now it stacks on the mill. Surely the umpire will come in, and he does. And it'll be thrown up half forward flank on the western side here of the Shell Reserve. So umpire Flowers with the footy. Tate doing the ruck work with Graham, and well, Graham had worked his body in front there and got the free kick. Well, if he had a go from inside the square, he'd probably have a go from here, I'd imagine, because he's about 50. We're reasonably behind the kick, and I don't like the way he's coming in, Laurie. But gets under it, kicks it way left of target, and well, no player has even got a hand on it until finally McAdam receives a handball from near the boundary.
He's going to have a third go.
He's kicked it back into the corridor, 25 metres out directly in front, and who's followed up to there? Matthew Graham. So he's got the opportunity now to, well, third time lucky, Laurie.
Yeah, I'd like to have a slow-mo on that kicking style where he it looks like he doesn't... He's dropping one hand off the ball.
I think Peter McMillan's just went up to him and sort of talked you through the kick too.
Yeah, he's dropping one hand off the ball.
So Matt Graham comes in now. There's 7 Corio players standing on the mark. This time he kicks it okay. He kicks it straight over the umpire's head for his first goal and the third for the Belmont Lions. They go to 3-1-19. They trail Corio 6-5-41. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
Well, there were 2 handy goals at the 27 and 29 minute mark, Laurie, in the first quarter.
Yeah, very, very handy for the Lions, Eric. Otherwise, this could have, you know, if they get another 2 or 3 goals, Corio side, it's a bit of a blowout then.
Yes, certainly is. So the ball back with the...
I'm not showing you the quarter time score yet, Eric.
Okay.
You don't want to see it.
We must be nearly quarter time. Well, the ball thrown up by umpire Flowers. There's a whistle on play. Too many in the square for Belmont Lions. So Justin Tate will get the ensuing free kick in the circle. Plays on now. Long driving kick into the forward line. Barry O'Toole can't take the mark. Comes off hands to Mills. And Mills of Belmont Lions. Oh, shocking kick. He's well, he found his teammate over there in
Allen.
Allen, bit of nice leg footwork there, but he's found Rick Lazarick at centre half. Back for the Corio side, takes a safe mark. Looking for options now. He does quite well on the back line, Lazarick, for a fella that was an on-baller. But lovely kick. Unfortunately, can't quite find Valleys, and it comes to Peter McBilly on centre wing. He's a wobbly punt kick, not taken by Newham at centre half forward, but the Carr follows up pretty well, and the ball was in Newham's arms, about to turn around and have a pot shot for goal as the siren sounds, and that is in fact quarter time. Quarter time score, Victory Trophy scoreboard 6-5-41. Corio lead Belmont Lions 3-1-19.
The goal kickers in that first term for Corio: two to Barry O'Toole and singles to Chad Rivet. Lee Clifford, John Bolchevac and Nevada Cornwall for Belmont Lions. Singles to Les Corlett, to Julian Carr, and also to Matt Graham. So it is quarter time, and Corio 6-5-41. They lead Belmont Lions 3-1-19. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the summation of Laurie de Goldie's first quarter here, and also the second term of our Matchday Live coverage this afternoon on Geelong Radio 100.3 FM, your home of local football.